Hey everybody, it's Brick Waffle again, and we are back on the Let's Build Ruins mini-series test world here. We're going to do a few more of these episodes. I have been doing a couple of them back-to-back, so I won't have had a chance to see your comments on the last few, but I'm going to go ahead and stop recording after this episode, I think, give a chance for a few of these to get uploaded and out to you guys, get your feedback, and we'll probably wrap up this mini-series with just a few more episodes. I would say no more than 10. We'll probably stop a little bit short of that even. I just want to get an idea. If this is really popular, we can always bring it back later. But I did do a couple of things. I moved the little brick house over here to this side. I got rid of the redstone idea over here because we've done some redstone in this. And I think generating out, if you're using this in a mod, generating out a bunch of redstone is just going to add lag for no reason. And this chicken needs to go away now. There we go. We punched a chicken. I think what we're going to do is build the house today, and also what we're going to do with this little impression here that we're going to put down into the ground. So again, remember the last episode, I believe, I said that we could do the mine shaft stuff like that and actually have it go partially into the ground here and then sink these down into the surface with a mod. Of course, if you're doing this in vanilla, you just dig down when you're building it to begin with. So what we're going to do is a little bit of a mountain entrance here, and we're going to use some logs again. I like using logs with the trees, but we're going to use acacia this time and some red sandstone because I hardly ever use that, and I think it's going to look good with the acacia. And we're going to use a redstone lamp, I think. And we're going to need some other kinds of stone here. Maybe some, I don't want to use the 1.8 materials necessarily. Let's see what it would look like with the diorite. I don't think diorite and acacia is going to be a good combination. Oops. I just don't like the way that block looks. It just looks too pixelated. Even the stone seems to be a little smoother than that. So let's go with some cobblestone. And what else can we use? You know how we like stone bricks in these builds. Yeah, let's just do a little cobblestone first, and then let's go ahead and grab a stone brick just to be safe. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit more. That's like an abandoned mine shaft that didn't really go very far. This is going to be a little bit more effective, and I think what we're going to do is put it at an angle this time if we can pull this off. So we're going to come out this way, and then back like this a couple, and probably do that. And then we're going to come down here like that a little bit, one this way, and we're going to make this more regular on purpose, so it looks like it was constructed more intentionally than the other one. And let's do one more here like that. Yeah, that's going to be good. So we're going to find this kind of out and about. We're not going to use a minecart track like we did with the other one, so it's okay that it comes in here kind of at a strange angle. And then down here what we want to do is actually dig this out and see how far back we can go. We want this to go down basically to the clay level in here. There we go. And then we want to dig up from there. So let's see if we can come around this way like that. And then maybe this needs to come in. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. And those corners come back there. And then up here we're going to leave those alone. Like that, and then like that. So this is going to be fairly regular. It's going to go all the way down to the bottom. I think we're even going to do those like that, so it's pretty clear that this is meant to be just to drop down into a larger mining pit. I think that's going to be pretty good. It's a little bit too regular though. We're going to need some slabs here, and I think that's what we're going to try with the sandstone on the edges here. No, I don't really like it just like that. You know what? What if this interior was all the slabs? And we had the actual sandstone like this. That's going to look really obvious and stand out quite a bit. I like that, actually. So we're going to bring this back some more and put in some slabs. And then, oh, whoops, not there. That's got to stay. All of this is going to have to go, though. And that's going to be this red sandstone as well. Put that back. And then all of this is going to be slabs. Oops, there we go. Oh, that's really bright. I like that a lot, actually. And then over here, we want these to be slabs as well, or blocks rather as well. Perfect. So this is going to be a really gentle slope down into whatever the mining area is going to be. And down here you'll be able to dig. So this side, I think it's going to be better if we do that. And that. That makes it nice and smooth. It connects up to the wall all the way out here. And then over here, we might actually want to make this a little bit bigger. I have to be careful going at an angle like this, but we can also shave a little of this edge off if we didn't want it to generate that way. So let's go ahead and bring this down and around. Oops. Like that. And remember, this is going to be buried quite a bit so that the surface level is actually up here. That's going to be tricky because we really don't want it to drop. Let's see. If we do this, we have to drop down into it, and we really want it to just be kind of a gentle slope. But I don't know if I want to bring this back too much further. Let's go ahead and do that all the way up to the outside level and see what it would look like. So if we do slabs out here again, and then stone out here, then we've got our shape that we need. Oops. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. So we're just going to have to extend the base plate a little bit in this direction and maybe take it out a little bit in the other direction. So let's do that. And we'll just fill this in all the way around here real quick. So what we're going to do once we've got this filled in is we're going to decorate the entrance to the mine shaft. And this is going to be kind of interesting. Like I said, I want to use some materials that don't come up very often, that people don't see. It's going to be very obvious that this was purposely constructed. It's not going to look natural, and that is actually by design in this case. So let's do one more there. And one more over here. And then we just need to bring this light gray stained clay all the way out like that. There we go. And we really don't even need this back half. I think we're going to keep it, but we're going to get rid of this last row here. There we go. Perfect. Actually, we don't want to keep that because if we do, it will generate with air here when we sink this into the terrain. We really want that to be flush. Which means we're going to have to fill in those corners too. So, yep, we're going to have to fill those corners in. I can do that later. That's not a huge deal. But this needs to be sunk down all the way. Yeah, we'll do that in a little bit. It needs to be sunk down all the way into the ground so it's not going to have big air gaps next to it. So we're going to stick that out there. And that is going to be pretty good. Let's bring this up a little bit. We'll thicken this up. Thicken this outside wall up a little. Oops, not that way. This way. And we're going to thicken that part up a little bit as well. Yeah, I'm liking that. It's going to have a nice little shape. If you're using a mini-map bot or anything, that's going to look a little bit odd in a good way, I hope. So let's put those back, and we'll make these a little thicker as well. Excellent. So that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be good. So what we're going to want to do is build this structure up and then decorate the inside a bit as well. So let's bring this up. What do you think? 3 on the outside here? And should we go 1 layer down, or should we just build it like that? Oops. I think we're going to want to do at least those. Let's put that guy back. Yep, I think that's going to be good. And he's going to come up here like that. Like that. And then what do we want to do? This way? Yep. There. There. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. So we're going to get some iron, because I think iron looks good in industrial. Iron bars here. Let's see if we can just get that way. There we go. And then those two and those two. There we are. That's going to give us a nice little view from the outside. We're going to put in some decorations up at the top, but in here we want to do some stone slabs. Let's get rid of all that for a minute. Actually, let's go ahead and bring some acacia down into here. So the reason I have the acacia is to frame up the sides. So we're going to want some columns in our little mine tunnel that look like they've been framed up with wood. That looks pretty good to me. Let's do one right here as well. We only need the one like that, so it doesn't, you don't have to go too crazy with it. And then maybe we'll do one more over here. And then over here as well. Yeah, so that looks like that was purposely done. And we're going to have people continue mining down this way. Probably what will happen, most people will just pick a direction and branch off. That's all right. Maybe we should even suggest that, but I think we're going to leave it alone, let people decide what they want to do with it. Okay, and we want some redstone lamps as well. So where do we want to put those? We could put them in between the posts here, like that. And then we'll be able to put some lamps or some levers or redstone behind them. I think that'd be all right. And then over here we'd want one. And that kind of means we should probably have another support right here. Let's do this. Right there and there. And then we want one back here as well. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So how do we want to power those? We can power them with levers. We could power them with redstone blocks. What I'm curious about is if the mod retains the state of the lever. So if it doesn't, then powering them with the blocks wouldn't, or with the levers wouldn't really work very well. But I think we're going to have enough room back here to hide some redstone blocks, and that's all right. So let's take that out and put one there and there. We're going to put one back there, and we're going to put one there. And let's see, back there we need one, and there and there. Okay, so then we just put some wood back in here, some stone in a few places, and there we go. We've got everything lit up and hidden. Great. So now we just need to do some roofing here, and I think we've been doing a lot of flat roofs. We've got mostly flat roofs here. We've got a couple of arched roofs. Here we're going to have to do something a little bit interesting because it's just going to be stone slabs over stone bricks, and that's going to look very gray if we don't do something a little bit different. So let's first cover up the outside edge here. Oops, just like that. And then we need to come up with something that's going to stick out over the front a little bit. So we're going to come out a couple this way, and then maybe what we'll do is just come back like that. Oops, that way. Like that? Yeah, that's going to be good. So it's going to purposely be not quite covered there. And then we're going to come in here and just fill this in so it doesn't look like it's totally unsupported. That looks better. It needs to be at least 2 thick, I think, all the way back here. There we are. And then what we want to do is probably come up some or use a different material so that this has some vertical interest to it as well. Down here it looks good. I like that. Up here it looks pretty flat. So let's see. We could just bring that up with the stone we have. We could use some stone bricks. We could use some chisel stone bricks. Maybe we could use some acacia. I'm a little worried about that acacia there. What if I do it all the way up, though? Ooh, I like that. Oops, that way. Not in front of the windows, though. Yeah, no, that's going to be all right. Do it there. There, yes. Yep, that's going to help a lot. Oops, fell out. So that's going to be pretty good, but I think what we might want to do then is maybe mess with these lamps a little bit. Get rid of those. Get rid of those. And we're going to do one more acacia pillar back here. Yep. Right up to the top. Yep, that's what we're going to do. I like it. Okay, and that will let people decide if they want to go tunneling off this direction or that direction, they can. Let's bring this overhang down a little bit, though. Yeah, okay, I like that a lot. So we're going to have to do some stuff here, otherwise monsters are going to spawn back there, but that's going to be good. It'll give us a chance to decorate. Yeah, I do like that. I hope you guys do too. So let's see, what else do we want to use in terms of slabs up at the top? We could use some red sandstone slabs, even though we've done a lot of that at the bottom. We could use, let's look at acacia wood. Did I just get rid of it? I did. What if we do acacia wood? It's nice and orange, and I think that's going to look good with the red sandstone. Let's see. Oops. Yep, that's going to look nice and orange, and that's going to tie the theme together, I think. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's still very flat up here, though, so we're going to have to do something else to that. What could we use on the top of this thing? Could use iron blocks. We're definitely going to need a chest of some kind in there. Maybe a little redstone ore. Probably some ladders. Maybe some fences up top? What would we do up top, though? That's the tricky part. We could add a little skylight with some stained glass. Keep the theme and do some orange stained glass. 2, 3, 4. I like that, actually. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And let's do kind of this infinity symbol here. Yep, I think that's going to be good. Perfect. Kind of looks like a big arrow. And then we need to bring this up a little bit. So let's do the acacia wood in these corners. Oops, too far. Yeah, nope, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to bring this over that way. We're going to leave some of that down here lower, and we're going to bring that up like that. I think that's going to be good. And let's see, what else could we do? We don't want to use the redstone ore down here. We don't want to use the ladders at the top. What about doing some rails, actually just for decoration up here? What is that going to look like? Oh, I can't because there's slabs. That's right. Okay, that's all right. We're going to put in some ladders. Where do we want the ladders? We want to be able to get up to this area. What if we just did this? And then people could come up here and get up onto this little ledge. Yep. Same thing over here. They can get onto this little ledge. And you could, yeah, you can get onto that one too. All right, so we're going to do that. And this one, that's better. Breaks it up a little bit. We're going to put some redstone ore in a couple of places. Actually, you know what? We don't... I like the redstone ore, but where would it go? It doesn't really look good up there. It looks like they should have mined that out if this is a mine. So maybe we won't do that. We are going to have some chests, and that would be a great place to put chests. So maybe you tuck one of those in each of these places. There. Yep. That's what we're going to do. We're going to tuck some chests in there, and one here, and maybe even back here. So this is, yep, there we go. That's going to be really cool looking. Now, if we use a mod to generate these, and these are empty chests, they will generate with some dungeon loot in it. So that's going to be quite a bit of loot in a very small area. So we might want to put, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use the redstone ore there to fill up these chests a little bit. Make sure they don't all generate with lots of loot, because that's going to be a little bit too much. So 1, 2, 3 pieces of redstone ore in that one. 1, 2 pieces in that one. 1, 2, 3 pieces in that one. And then maybe 2 pieces in this one here. Nope, this one. And then the empty ones can generate with loot. So that'll be good. I'm thinking this is looking really nice. We've got light. What's our light level down here? All the way at the bottom? 9, 8. Not seeing any 7s. Get some 0s on the slabs. That makes sense. And then way out here we can generate monsters, but that's all right. We should be able to do that. I think that's going to look good. What do you guys think? Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and put in some stone back this way and fill this all in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tackle the brick house over there, which will be our last thing for today's episode, I believe. I don't think I'm going to have time to do 3 today. So let's see if we've got all that filled in. And we will call this complete. Fantastic. All right, so over here we're going to do something similar. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to do a little bit of brick house here. And we've done the red clay barn. We've done the basic wooden house. We've even done our really early dirt house. This is going to be similar. It's not going to be over the top. Again, we don't want this to replace people needing to build in Minecraft. That would be unfortunate. So we're going to come up from this edge right here. 5 blocks. We're going to come over by 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the 6th one, we're going to come up by 5 blocks again. Or, yeah, that's right. And then here, we're going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the 5th one, we're going to come up. And then over here will be the corner of those. In between, we're going to do some stone bricks all the way up the sides. That's probably too tall here. Let's bring that down 1. And then across here, we're going to leave that open because that's going to be our doorway. Oops, too tall. And then over here, we're going to come up the same way. Get rid of that. And over here, we're going to come up like that. And we are going to leave a couple of windows in the back here. I think what we want to do, though, is we want to have... I don't want to have lots and lots of windows like that. We might have to make this house a little bit bigger. I think what we're going to do is bring it out this direction some. So we're going to come out by another 1, 2, and come up this way. Yep, that's what's going to happen. Okay, so let's bring all of that out. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to put the door yet, so let's build this to the edge. And then we're going to grab these and come up 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be better. Oops, like that. Here we go. Okay, so we've got some nice little windows back here. We don't necessarily need 2 wide windows in the front. We could make this thing one wider out the front here, actually, and make narrow windows. So let's do that, and then bring this forward. Do that, and this one. Yeah, that's going to be better. So we're going to bring the, oops, we're going to bring the oak wood up again. And the redstone, or the redstone, the red bricks. Let's actually make the door off-centered again on this one. I think that's going to be all right. Yep, that's what we want to do. And then over here, and bring that up. And then on this side, we can do narrow windows again. Do we need all those windows? That's a good question. So let's fill this in so we have a room to put kind of things that don't need a window right next to them. And over here, we don't necessarily need a big window. Let's just do one more window there. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. Here we are going to do some other things. We're going to need some stone brick stairs. Not stone brick, regular brick stairs. Do one over here. And then we are going to do, oops, not that, that way and that way. You know what, let's bring them down. Let's do really short windows this time. I think that's going to look different, and I think that's going to be good. So there, and then there. That one, and then we need that and that. These two, and then that and that. Okay, so we're going to have short windows on this one. I think that's going to work out pretty well. Yeah, I'm liking this inside. Okay, so we're going to need some panes of glass, and let's do some frosted glass in here. We don't do that very often, so we're going to put some white stained glass in here, and all of these panes, oops, there, and there, and there. That's going to be good. The one thing we didn't do, though, is build this up high enough to have a floor inside. Whoops. Okay, so we could bring the whole thing up one level so that we have a floor, because we don't want to just have a dirt floor in this house. So let's do that. Let's bring that up one, and we'll just do this first. There we go. There, and there. Don't worry, I'm going to fix all this weirdness. It's not going to look like that in a second. So we're going to take those out and bring in the glass here and here. Glass there, glass there, glass there and there, glass there. Yep, okay. And then what we need to do here is bring that up. So we're going to bring the bottom of these up, and you'll figure it out. You see what I'm doing, right? Oop, not that. And then right here. And then for the very bottom, we need those to just be regular bricks again. So that raises our whole interior up by 1. Yep, perfect. Okay, so then what we need to do is have a block there. And we'll have to do some stairs out in front here, but what we need to do inside is some planks. And we're going to throw them on the ground first. Then we're going to fill the inside with oak wood. Again, this is not meant to be kind of late game construction. This is just somebody who's got a lot of clay or who really likes bricks. We don't know anybody like that. Oh, there we go. And yeah, I like that. Now it's looking pretty good. Then we need to think about what we want to do for a porch out here. So we could do slabs. We could go up higher. Let's keep the oak wood slabs here. And let's come out. Is that far? Yeah, that's all the further we want to go. So let's do some stairs. There's oak wood stairs. And just like that. Nice little porch out in front. I think that's looking pretty decent. Don't need that pallet anymore. We're going to want a door in this thing, of course. And here we're going to do it this, no, with a door this way. So it's recessed back a little bit. I think that looks pretty nice. Okay, and then back here what we want to do is actually bring this out a little bit so that we can do some kind of chimney. And that's why we're going to leave that gap of 3. Oop, no. There we go. And in here we need a little area that we can put the chimney stuff. Perfect. Okay, that's going to give us a little area for a chimney. And we could even do some like little, maybe we'll do that. We'll do some Stone brick stairs here. Yep. And netherrack. And yeah, I know some of you are thinking, your floor is going to burn. Okay, so we need to go a little bit covered from there. We need to actually add some stone as a little, what is that called? Lintel? Mantle? One of those things. It's a thing that you add in front of a fireplace to not set your house on fire. That's what we're going to put here. So it should not go more than 3 air blocks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that should be fine. That should be all we need. And then we can set this thing on fire. And if we do this here and it starts to catch the rest of the house, we'll know now. So let's light it on fire, see if we run into trouble as we're doing the rest of our building. And then out top, oh, we even get a little bit of smoke. I like it. We are going to use some stone slabs, like that. Oop, not like that, like that, to cover up where the chimney is going to go. And maybe there. Let's see if we'll need it. Excellent. Okay, so then we need to do a roof on this thing. And a roof for this could be, we could use oak, we could use stone. I think we might want to use stone bricks, but let's try with the stairs again here. Dark oak stairs, where are you? There you are. And let's look at cobblestone stairs and stone brick stairs. Now, what have we used already? We've used some dark oak over there. We've used some stone brick. Maybe we should use cobblestone just because we haven't used it yet. What do you guys think? Is that going to look... No, you know, that looks like a very early Minecraft building. I think that's what we want. So do we want it to be sloped up this way or sloped up that way? I think we want it to go this way. So let's see. Oops, I don't want it to be like that though. Let's see. So we're going to bring this across. Oops. And then this has to come up one, of course. And then there we go. Bring this all the way across this way, and I'm going to finish off this roof real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we've gone ahead and I went up 3 with stairs, and then the last bit was just slabs, so it's got a little bit more of a curve than it normally would. And we're going to come up under here and fill these in like that. Can't do it quite there, but let's do this side. And that's going to help us tie that slope together. Let's go ahead and do this one. Beautiful. Yep, so that's going to keep that all tied together. We're going to do the same thing on this side. We have to do a little bit differently because of the chimney here. But that's going to be all right. So there's that and that and that. And then we have to just come back in here and figure out what we want to do for the upper level. Now we could do more bricks. We could come across like that with... Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to come across like that with a log. And then let's see if we can get in here and do it on the inside. Oops, there. That should be good. And then we're going to use the oak planks up this height. Yep, that's going to be fine. And we're going to leave that at the very top because I don't think you'll be able to tell. So we're going to come across this way. And here, that's going to be trickier. We're going to have to do something about that. I don't want to use... Maybe we'll just bring this down with slabs. That's what we're going to do. We'll do the same thing over here. And on this side, we're going to do a little window at that height. Maybe a very little window. We'll see what that looks like from the outside. Yeah, I'm not so sure I like that. I think we're going to leave it alone. We're just going to have it be flush like that. So inside, we've got lots and lots of room. We can put some chests up here. We're going to be careful how many we put in here again because it could generate loot. So we're going to put a couple in like that. And we're going to put some random items in here. So let's see, what would this guy have? He'd probably have some cobblestone and some bricks. So let's do bricks like that. And we'll do some cobblestone like that. And maybe this guy's got 28 in that chest. And 16 of those in here, maybe 23. And this one he's going to have the rest of that stack. And this one will actually generate random loot. That's pretty decent. We do need to put a bed in here. Cozy little place right there by the window. We're going to do, of course, a crafting table. You know what's coming next. All the basic stuff you decorate this in the house. And then we need a furnace near the crafting table. That's looking decent. And we want some bookshelves there. And let's do a couple of them. And then let's do a flower pot on the bookshelf. Nope, right there. And let's put a flower in it of some kind. How about an orange tulip? There, that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? All right, and the last thing we need is a little bit more light because I believe this is going to be dark enough to, yeah, right here by the door is going to be dark enough to spawn some things. So we're going to do a torch right there by the door. And between that and the fireplace, we ought to be spawn-proof in here now. Small houses are nice in that you don't need much to light them up. Okay, now this outside porch is looking a little bit bland. I think what we want to do is put a little flower box right here. And we're going to do that with podzol. And then we're going to put in some more flower type things out here. What should we use? Maybe azure bluets? There we go. A little bit of decoration out there. That'll help break that up. And then we probably want a little bit of cobblestone. Maybe we want one right there as a kind of welcome mat type block. All right. And then off to the side here, we're going to do a little bit in oak leaves. And we're going to bring this just around the house. And then come around this side as well. That looks nice. And we probably need a little bit of light out here, so let's get those torches one last time. And we're going to do a little bit something different. Let's get some fence posts. And let's put, where do we want to put these? Probably right at the edge here. We're going to do a fence post, torch. And the same thing on this side, fence post, torch. That's looking much better. And it's going to be kind of dark out here on the front. That's okay. We could do a side light right here. I don't want to do anything on the front of the house like that. I think it's going to be all right. And that's really going to do it. So we don't need this little section out here at all. We're going to take all of this away. And we'll call this build complete as well. So here's another house not destroyed. Just out here on its own. Little brick house somebody could use if they wanted to. So we'll have to make sure these don't spawn all over the place when we do this in our modded worlds, but if you build this in vanilla, I think that's a decent starting house. So hopefully you guys like these two things. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, then please subscribe. And as always, I've been Brickwaffle. Thank you for watching.